My dear friends, Encyclopedia Britannica tells us well-known Stonehenge has been carbon dated to be 4,000 years old. It has astronomical markings to chart the rising and setting of the sun and the moon. The divine symbol inside the temple or the deity was so consecrated as to be illumined by the rising sun's rays on the longest day. It used to be taken in a procession to the Avon River 3 miles away. Those days, British people were known to be shaping their life day after day on astronomical considerations. At the break of dawn on June 22, the longest day of the year, the Druids gathered at the Stonehenge and facing the east, they invoked the rising sun to energize intelligence, as worded in pre-Latin language, Dio yo nah prachodayat. Exactly as in India we do in Gayatri mantra, it says Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat, exactly as still many people do in India. Incas do in Mount Adias and Peru, and Egyptians do, Aztecs do in US, and Mayans do in Mexico, and sun worshippers do in Bali and other everywhere else. So pre-Roman temples lie throughout Great Britain in unrecognizable ruins. European scholars are being prevented by Christian fanatics from publicizing them. So Hill of Tara in Ireland is now in ruins, but it used to be the ancient sacred site on which kings used to be crowned for centuries. Tara is a form of Divine Mother, Mahamaya Bhagavati. Her historic temple is in Tarapet, Bengal, heavily crowded with visitors all day, whole year. There is sacred love-making mystery school where only alchemical approach to the ultimate is demonstrated and shared. A 5,000-year-old ancient temple of human evolution was discovered late in 1997 in Stainton Drew Village near Somerset. Any name of township ending with shire testifies its population around a temple of human evolution, my dear friends. A Swami colored stone of Scone is such a holy stone of Royal British antiquity, which forms part of the throne on which every British sovereign is crowned. George or George is malpronunciation of pre-Roman wise man named Garga, who probably lived in British Iceland for a while. His books and stories are found related with the start of many other cultures in many parts of the globe. Understanding the culture of ancient England with which it ruled the entire globe more successfully and gracefully, far more humanly than it did in 1800s and by the middle of 1900s AD. Its latest global rule was the most notorious one in the view of many scholars and politicians, because during this rule England was not its own. English people were far, far away from their original heroic dignified faces. They were converted by low-class Romans and their false beliefs, such as ladies have no souls, etc., which was forced on the Britons after 597 AD with terror and tyranny and trickery and taxation and temptations. They were not them, but a completely hypnotized race with no knowledge of own ancestral heritage. Therefore, regeneration and reacceptance maintenance of its former value system and elegance and nobleness is very important. With its global rule was highly admired, okay, and all countries accepted it with complete loyal spirit. Never ever there was rebel or voice for freedom. Culture consists of literature, painting, theatre, opera, including ideals of thinking and speaking and interacting. This also means systems of attitude, values, and feelings which are learned in the family, inherited, or passed down from generation to generation. At present, in 2024, Londoners or Britons have no overall culture because large cross section of people have been settled up there because of trendy areas which frequently changed by pop star or film star activities. Now English people are more sensitive and receptive to others more than their former generation. They are trying hard to understand that, not to judge others on their appearance, dress code, and views. Everyone has right to his belief or attitudes. Find a common ground for discussion, spending time getting information on different religions and cultures and civilizations and way of life. They now are not being aggressive and biased and unsystematic as former generations used to be. Although they are just assertive, this is good. They are now willing to ask questions and listen to the answers and views. They keep away from aggressive, intolerant, and blind people to others' opinions and people like jihadis and terrorists and crusaders and table hammering religious preachers. This inner growth brings an opportunity to understand the ancient, most million years old intergalactic culture which England has nurtured and lived for thousands of years. Essenes and Stoics and Syrians and pagans and Gnostics and agnostics and Druids are windows to peep through and have an idea of that highest, prosperous, and glorious culture of the British people. Whether you are in a range from innocently ignorant or blatantly intolerant people of the society, these information or to experience your own emergent possibilities, my dear friends. So, we will speak on this subject later if you are interested. Thank you very much.